Troopers, and welcome to the 501st Com Chatter. I'm Chloe.
I'm well. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. We know it was only a couple of days ago since you last joined us. But yeah, here we are again. We have a good episode, I think, this week.
Yes.
We are going to be talking about ground vehicles that were used by the Republic and the Separatists in the Clone Wars.
Yes. It's going to be a very fun episode.
Yes. So instead of talking about like ships, because we do talk about the ships quite a lot, like the Venator and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about like some of the like tanks, for example.
Yes.
And just something a bit different. And again, there's so many that we can make a part two of this if need be. We can do like Imperials, Republic, Rebels. There's so many we can do, So this is a good fun series, I think.
I think it's the start to many episodes that may come. So for today, we have chosen 3 each. So I'm going to be doing the Separatists, and Will here is going to be doing the Republic. So we've started with 3 each, and then obviously there may be future episodes where we do like 3 more each,
Yeah.
But a lot of these ones we thought might be quite well known. You might recognize them from Revenge of the Sith or the Clone Wars, or even from some of the games like Battlefront 2 and stuff as well. So yeah, we've tried to pick some like ones that are a bit more well known, so you'll know what they are.
Yes, and there is also a lot of news today as well. We have some big reveals that have come literally like today.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun to talk about as well.
Yeah. Which is crazy because it's not even been a week since our last episode.
True.
And there's already so much that's like been announced since. So anyway, what shall we do?
So
we've had a change of seats.
Yes.
Change it up a bit.
Don't panic. Okay, so here we have the cast of the Skeleton Crew. So today they had the photo call. Now I'm not exactly sure what that means, but like basically they had like an event in Trafalgar Square in London today, where they had like this sort of Skeleton Crew scenery set up. Jude Law and the kids were there, and I think it's almost like a premiere, but it's not a premiere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is very cool. If you'd like to let us go to the premiere, we'd be very honoured. Just saying. I know it's a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks, I think, till Skeleton Crew, but let us know. We can cancel our plans. But yeah, so that was today. Very cool. Everyone was looking very excited, and yeah, hopefully the show pleases some people instead of splitting the fandom. But it probably will. It always does. So I saw this not long after the episode last week, and a lot of people have been doing like Mount Rushmores in different franchises. So, for example, people have been doing it with like football. People have been doing it with Marvel, DC, stuff like that. So I was like, I think this could be a really fun thing that we can do on the podcast as well as doing on our socials. So we've posted one on our socials, and we're going to be quick talking about that today. But then next week we'll do another one, and we'll go through that.
Yeah. So
obviously you knew we were going to do it. We've started off with clones. So basically, the idea of Mount Rushmore is it's basically like the greatest or the best of a certain character or topic. So some people have been doing like Marvel villains, Mount Rushmore. So people have Thanos and stuff like that. So we started off with the clones because it's the 501st contract and the clones are the best. So we've had to pick 4. There was some debates, wasn't there, about some, and seeing some of the reactions from other people, there has been some people being like, oh, this person should be on it. But hopefully you can agree with our list. Again, it's preference, and this is our list. So if your list is different, that is absolutely fine. Let us know, because we'd love to see like your list.
Also, like, this is just for a bit of fun. It's nothing serious. Like, some people, they get really passionate and they're like, why is this clone not on your list? Like, how can you leave that clone out or anything? It's not important, guys. It's just a bit of fun, okay? Yes. And also, we can only pick 4, so it is quite difficult.
Yes, it is. So again, bear in mind this is our list. If yours is different, let us know. So we're going to start off with probably the most obvious choice, Captain Rex. Captain Rex has to be on the list. By the way, we are going to sort of explain and do our reasoning behind like why. Captain Rex there joining us live.
You can see the little
in the corner.
Yep. Hello.
But yeah, so we're gonna sort of also give like a little bit of a reason as to why as well. Captain Rex, leave it to 501st.
Yeah.
Literally.
Your favourite clone, my favourite clone.
It survived Order 66.
And he even helped the Bad Batch, like, spoiler alert, remove their chips.
Yeah.
He was just a really helpful guy, and we all love him.
You know, yeah, like he survived the Clone Wars. You know, he helped Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan many times. Yeah. Went on to fight the Empire and with the Rebellion. You know, ended up being at Endor. Like, this guy is the GOAT of the clones for me. He has to be on the top 4.
And his armor is just so cool.
Yes, and that helmet as well.
Love it.
So yeah, Captain Rex, first pick. Second pick, I think people forget this guy is a clone. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but he's not like one of the clones, like, you know, like Captain Rex, but it's like he is. He's a clone. He's a clone of Jango.
He's just not like a clone trooper, but like he's still a clone of Jango Fett.
Well, that's the thing. We never specifically said clone trooper.
Yeah.
You know, he's a clone, as the say. He's literally Rex's brother and all the others. And for me, he's just so cool, isn't he? You know, everyone loves Boba Fett. His armor, his look, you know.
Again, it's just the way he looks is just so cool.
Mine might be the last, you know, like.
Yeah, and also the fact we met Tem as well. Like,
that's so cool, isn't it?
I know they're all Tem, but like
they're all Tem. They're all D. I've met all the
He's most well known for like sort of Book of Boba Fett, because that's when like he's got his helmet off, and you know.
Yeah, but
and also Jango can be on this list because he's not clone, even though they're all the same.
Yeah,
he's himself, and he was like the person that they made into the clones, but himself isn't a clone.
Yeah.
So Jango Fett is not on this list, but we do love Jango, and we do love Boba, and we love all the clones.
But I think Boba has to be, a pick for this, because again, you know, when you think of what he ended up becoming, he can become like one of the most notorious bounty hunters in the galaxy. You know, like everyone knew the name Boba Fett, like.
Yeah, for sure.
And he survived the Sarlacc pit.
He did.
So, not many people can say that.
No.
So yeah, we gotta give it a Boba. Number 3. Oh,
99.
This one is a bit of a harder one to. I know it's gonna sound weird, but this is a bit of a harder one to like justify, because he didn't have many he didn't have like great epic battles. You know, he wasn't around for a long time and a lot. But it's like, I don't know, like most of the clones like sort of knew him, you know, Domino Squad looked after him as like their brother, and he was just a genuinely like nice guy, and he didn't let his, you know, default, you know, bad genes, whatever, like stop him from wanting to help and be a good clone.
He's just a nice old guy.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, he was like helping protect the young clones on Kamino, and he helped defend. You know, he literally helped defend Kamino against the droids. Yeah. So his death as well is so like tragic.
I know.
And most Star Wars fans can agree that like we all love 99. So for me,
he was so nice to Heavy as well.
Yeah.
Like in the sort of locker room.
See, at the end of the day, we could basically say if it wasn't for 99 giving Heavy the sort of pep talk and like basically getting Domino Squad together, we wouldn't have Fives, we wouldn't have Echo, because they would have just been like you know, basically not qualified, not like passed. So again, most Star Wars fans like this guy, like you can't really argue. But again, it's compared to other clones such as like Cody or Wolf or stuff like that, it's like you can't really justify his like honor and whatever. But 99's going on the list. Yeah. And then 99. Final pick.
Fives. It's got to be Fives because, you know, again, spoilers if you haven't seen Clone Wars, but like the whole arc where he discovers the great
the 66.
Yes. He basically discovered the like chips in the clones' brains because of like Tup becoming defective and all that. But he just discovered like the greatest cover up in the whole like order. Yeah. So this guy's definitely going on the list because, you know, not only was he a great soldier, you know, he became an ARC trooper. Again, he had a really cool armor. Like, who doesn't like this armor? But also, like, he was a really great guy, and yeah, he discovered the biggest conspiracy in the whole bloody Star Wars. Yeah.
And he was so close to revealing it as well. Yes. And if it wasn't for him, you know, Rex put it in the file to be like, if something happens, look up medical file Fives, you know. So again, without
and that's
Fives,
how Ahsoka found out about everything as well, and then she removed Rex's chip, and then obviously the whole end of the Clone Wars happened. But yeah, without Fives, then we don't know what could have happened.
And if I was to be an ARC trooper, I'd want to be Fives, I'd be there with Fives because he's just the cool.
Again, we got a little Fives here. Hello, hello, mate.
And also, as well, he's also got a minifigure of himself, which is very rare for the clones. And maybe from rumors, still haven't had anything yet. Could be a Funko coming of him. That'd be so cool. That'd be a definite. So we're going to give you quick honourable mentions, the people that just missed out. Number one, seen it on someone else's list that they said, how is this guy not on this Mount Rushmore? Another guy was like, this guy should be on there. Again, we can't put them all, we can only have 4. Commander Cody.
Yep.
It was between Cody and 99, wasn't it, for us? That was the.
But personally, I thought 99 was just like an icon to all of the clones, really. Like.
And the Bad Batch is like named after him, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And we're not saying that we don't love Cody. Like, he is up there with Rex. You know, like he's one of the commanders. You know,
we've got like a little Cody helmet there.
We do.
We minifig.
We have Cody items. We love Cody. You know, we didn't leave him out on purpose. It was just
you're limited.
Yeah. We just preferred these other clones. And also, I feel like a lot of people. Well, I thought a lot of people probably wouldn't want Cody on the list because of what happened in Revenge of the Sith, where his chip activated, and then he blasted at Kenobi.
I think a reason why a lot of people would pick Cody is probably because he has such an iconic scene in Star Wars. He is the one that starts off Execute Order 66.
Yeah.
He's the one Palpatine called first. And
I even have the scene on my purse.
it is such an iconic scene, but like when you think of like we only saw him tiny amount in Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him in one episode of the Bad Batch, in the Imperial, and then we did see him in the Clone Wars, but again, it wasn't like anything stand out. So I know it again, very close. Another honourable pick, Commander Wolf.
Yeah. Again, really cool armor.
Really cool armor.
And again, he showed up in the Bad Batch as well.
Yes, but again, just missed out.
Yeah.
But we are gonna do again, like we said, we are gonna do more of these. So we're gonna do clone legions, Jedi, Sith, bounty hunters.
Yeah.
There's so many we can do, and we're gonna do more of them. So if you have enjoyed this Mount Rushmore, let us know. We will do more of them, and let us know your Mount Rushmore picks for clones this week.
Yeah, very true. Comment them below who you would choose.
Yes.
Would you choose a member of the Bad Batch? Because that was another one that was on our list. Should we pick a member of the Bad Batch because they are so skilled?
Crosshair came up, didn't it? Because of his ability and skills and those shots that he's done. It's like
and then both of us really love Hunter as well because he was just really good.
And then we were thinking, do we pick a clone commando? Do we pick Gregor? Do we pick Boss? So many to go. There's so many clones we could have chosen, but I think I'm happy with who we picked. Yes. I think you're happy as well. Mm-hmm. So, So moving on to new releases.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a vintage collection. IG-12 Grogu and Anazelian Babu.
Oh yes, like Babu freak, isn't it?
So this is what he comes with. By the way, Grogu can go inside, which is very cool. I thought that was quite a cute one.
Love that.
Yeah, again, it's not one that we'd get, but it is a cool one, and one that I think a lot of people will get because of little Babu and little Grogu.
Yeah.
Especially Grogu going inside IG-12.
Oh, very cute.
No.
Yes.
So we have some of the new epic Star Wars figures.
Mm-hmm.
They're about the same size as the vintage collection, but they're not. They're like
not
the Disney ones. Yeah. So, for example, this is the Mandalorian speeder bike.
Mm-hmm.
You can clearly see here that it's more of a toy, version of it.
Yeah.
And we also have a speeder bike Scout Trooper.
Mm. That's very cool.
Yeah, they are cool, but again, it's it's not for me. I'd rather have a Black Series stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have quite a bit of micro squadrons announcements. So we have Light Armor Class Collection Series 6. So we have 2 E-Wings. We have New Republic A-Ring, TIE Fighter. And I'm not too sure what this one is. I can't remember. What one that is. But
I don't know either.
I feel like I've seen it.
I forget the names of the starships.
So we have this lot. We have the Scout Class Collection.
They look cool.
So these are all the mini ones. So you can see that they're most of them are clones. Mm-hmm. But you've got a Geonesian on a speeder bike. and a
little clanker. Oh.
So again, you got these ones.
Yeah.
We've got the Rogue. I can't remember what squadron it was. It was Red Squadron, I think it is. So you actually get 5 X-wings in this pack.
Mm-hmm.
So which is quite cool. So they've started doing these multi-packs where you get multiple ones.
Yeah.
Again, very cool design, very cool idea, especially if you're army building. And to go with those, we have an Empire TIE Fighter one. So you get 10.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of TIE Fighter.
Yeah. But yeah, it does look cool. And again, you know, if you're creating these little scenes and models and stuff, they're perfect for it.
Yeah.
So
I do quite like these ones. Like, I've seen people have like little terrariums and stuff, and they put like little sand. Yeah. Yeah, they had like a massive one, but I've seen people have like little terrariums, and they put like the little starships and like water and sand and little bits of moss, little characters. So you can recreate like a little scene, whether it's like a snowy environment or like a sandy, like Tatooine. Very cool.
They're quite detailed as well.
I would love to make some of those.
But yeah, that is it for the micro squadrons. Moving on to clothing.
Yes.
I think this is one of the first times that we've shown like a proper clothing collection collaboration. So we have the Vader collection
from Columbia.
So Columbia has done a partnership with Star Wars to show. Well, basically, it's called the Vader collection. It's a range of like coats, shoes, stuff like that, but it's inspired by the Dark Lord of the Sith. Now, some of them are a bit, like what's the connection to Vader? But the whole idea of it is like black, dark, you know.
Do you know what though? I'm calling it already that Hayden's gonna be wearing this stuff.
Maybe they should have had him as a model.
Yes, definitely.
Again, personally, I'm not a massive fan of these, and I won't be getting one of these, but they're probably going to be quite expensive anyway. But here we have some of the jackets and hoods and that. This one's quite cool. I quite like this with the Columbia on the back and the sort of white sort of breaks it up a little bit. That is very Vader. Like, you can tell sort of like the arms almost look like his. And I
just realised the inside of the jacket has like is sort of
chest piece.
Yeah, the box chest piece on it.
Again, that's quite cool. You got a bit of like Arabesh there, and we've got like Columbia.
It's very detailed. That
it's quite smart, but it's also like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like you've even got the like little like Imperial thing on the. Again, here we have another sort of inspired sort of look.
Oh, and they have like the Vader picture on the top. That's cool.
Then sort of like a puffer jacket sort of thing. Because you'd probably be able to get the Vader one as just a t-shirt, and this comes like over the top of it.
Yeah.
Sort of a Vader like jacket. Again, it's not really sort of inspired. It's a weird one, isn't it? It's like.
Although I think the like toggles look like little lightsaber hilts. That's actually really creative.
That is, look, good spot. What a spot!
How cool is that?
The toggles are Vader's lightsaber hilts. That is sick.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
You want one?
It looks cool.
Oh dear. I'll put one on your Christmas.
No.
Here we have like a big sort of trench coat with like the padding jackets underneath.
Yep.
We've got some coloured shoes. Look at these. Very fancy.
Even got Orabesh on them.
It's very cool, very detailed. Yes, so that comes on the 5th of December. They come out. So very
that really soon. Like, because it's American, that really messed with me then. I was thinking May 24th.
It's already out.
No.
No.
But it's because they do like the month first, and then so the 5th of December 24. These are released.
No, the 5th of December the 12th. So 12th is the month.
Yeah. 5th of December.
Yeah, 24.
That's what I said.
We have a Black Series lightsaber. We have Balin Skull. This looks so good. R.I.P. Ray Stevenson. No, he's on the box.
But
It just looks.
I am seeing more and more of like Balin Skull cosplayers on like TikTok and stuff. So I think
they're definitely keeping his memory alive, shall we say?
Yeah. So I think this one will be popular with the cosplayers.
Yes. I just think it's also, a lot of people liked this lightsaber, and
yeah, I think also because it is that sort of orangey color as well, it was very unique because it's not really like any.
It's not a red. It's not like it's an orange, but like a dark orange, almost red.
Yeah.
So.
It was quite cool.
Yeah, and it's a color for one of these. If you've got one of these like collections where you're collecting the different lightsabers, then this is one for you. But again, I would consider this one, to be fair. We have some Lego. So these are from the announcements for the 1st of January.
Do you know what? That Ahsoka looks really good though. I really like that Ahsoka.
Have a zoom in on the Ahsoka first. There we go. Anakin looks quite good as well.
Yeah.
And the Starfighter looks quite cool as well because it looks like the arms, like the panels on the side, flip up.
Yep, they do.
With R3.
They do indeed.
Yeah, so again, I think this is quite cool. This is one that we've been sort of expecting for a little while. Like we've known it was coming. Yeah, I think it's a cool set.
Very cool.
There's the back of the box, so you sort of get a better look at the.
Yep.
I do quite like the Revenge of the Sith Anakin though.
His hair looks darker on that one.
Maybe it's the lighting.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, very cool.
So we have the Home One Star Cruiser Is it mid-scale? I think it's called. Because it's not mini scale, is it? It's mid scale.
It's like the same size as the Invisible Hand.
Yes.
And didn't they do like a Tantai 4 as well?
They did a Tantai 4. They did a Millennium Falcon as well, but obviously that ship is a lot smaller, so it's. But it is quite cool. We did know this one was coming. I do like how it has the little like mini medical ship with it.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite cool. Again, a really cool ship. I think it's been quite cleverly done because of how weird the shape of the ship is. It's quite a unique one. It's very like curved and there's not very lot of like hard angles on it. So I think they've done quite a good job. It does not. I don't think it looks as good as the Invisible Hand or Tantai though.
Yeah.
But and if you do them next when you see it on the stand. So again, it looks cool. I
love these little like clear blue bits for the hangers. They just look so cool, and like the little jet engines as well, like sort of coming out the back. The blue kind of.
Again, I think if you've got like a little collection of these ones of like the Invisible Hand, the Executor, the Superstar Destroyer that we got, and they are doing an Acclimator one of this, and I was hoping that because this one was announced, like pictures and revealed and that we were going to get a Acclimator. Sadly, we haven't had the pictures of that, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't been revealed while we're doing this episode.
I really want to see the Acclimator.
I can't wait. I want it. So, going on to today's episode.
Yes.
We have ground vehicles in the Clone Wars. You're going to be starting us off.
Okay. So this one is called an MTT. So it stands for a multi-troop transport. So a lot of you guys probably have seen this. So basically what it is like you can fit all these different B1 battle droids inside, and then it's like a like an armored tank that transports them around to where they need to be. But a lot of you guys have probably seen back in the day they did like a Coca-Cola like cooler with little B1 battle droid heads that you could put on top of the cans.
It's so cool.
So this is just what it reminds me of every time I see this one. So I was like, well, I need to choose it because I think it's quite cool.
And you do want one.
I do kind of want one of these cooler things that you can put your Coke cans in. But yeah, I feel like they're probably very expensive now.
I
very
think they
rare.
are quite expensive.
But they do look very cool, and I love how they got the little commando droid there as well. But anyway, let's talk about these ones. So basically, they take a guess at how many B1 battle droids you can keep in this tank.
This ain't gonna help me at all, but by looking at it, looks like
there's quite a lot.
There's 4 like on the top. I reckon 200.
It's 112.
Oh, that's still a lot.
Still a lot of battle droids.
That's still a lot.
Because they like in their sort of shut off position, they can like curl up in a ball. So you can fit a lot of them in this tank. So you can fit 112. They also can be deployed in less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't take long at all.
It doesn't take long at all. So they basically drive the tank to wherever they need to go, and then all the droids come out and go where they need to go, and that can be done in less than a minute. So
can I just say, so I'm looking on here on eBay for these coolers.
The Coke can one.
Right.
This one.
Yeah. All of them are from Japan. You can only get these in Japan by the looks of it. 303, 292, 347, 252.
Okay, guys. Very expensive.
If any of our Japanese listeners would like to send us one of these, please do.
Do you know what? Anyone that's going to Star Wars Celebration Japan can bring us back one.
I bet there's gonna be one there.
I'm joking. But we do
You're
really
not.
like those. No, I'm joking. I do like them, but I don't want to pay that much.
Well, if someone brings us back one for free, then
No.
yes.
No. So yeah, they are equipped with minimal weaponry. So they only had the twin blaster cannons that you can see here. But basically they weren't about the weapons. Like this was just a transport sort of tank rather than like being in the center of the battle sort of thing. So they had minimal weaponry, but they did have heavy armor. Because obviously if they are driving into a battle, then they're gonna get shot at, and this is just to like deploy all of the droids that need to be where they need to be. Mm-hmm. So they had heavy armor, and they used it to plow through troops or light vehicles to reach the deployment point. So they could almost just use it as like running over things as well.
Which we see at the start of Phantom Menace. Yeah. When they're deployed on Naboo.
So it's almost like they don't use the weapons on it, they just sort of like drive over things.
Well, when you look at the size of it, you can understand why you would do that.
Yeah. Also, its maximum speed is 35 kilometers an hour. So
not very quick.
Not that quick, no. But yeah, I thought I'd add the speeds in here just because. Why not? Why not? It gives you an idea of like how fast they can go. But I do quite like this one, and
it's an iconic sort of ground vehicle used by the Separatists.
Yeah, I think a lot of people recognize this one from the Phantom Menace because this was created like way before the Clone Wars as well. So
and that iconic scene as well, where you see it like deploy the battle droids as well, is so cool because they're like it lowers them, and then like the next row comes down. It's like bloody hell.
It's very like organized.
Yeah.
I do really like this. So we go on to the next one.
Yes. So we've probably spoke about this one many times before. It's an iconic one from the Clone Wars, from Attack of the Clones as well. You know what it is. It is the ATTE.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what ATTE stands for?
All-terrain. Was it ATTE? All-terrain transport. I don't know what it means.
No, it is all-terrain tactical enforcer.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, these were manufactured by the Rofana Heavy Engineering Corporation. It's classed as a Walker type, so you know it's in the same category as AT-AT, AT-SCTs, you know.
ATRT.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's classed as one of those. How much would one of these set you back? How many Republic credits per ATTE, by the way? Not just like a group of them, one of them.
Maybe like 100,000.
You're not miles off. It's 300,000 credits.
Okay. I was a lot.
Well, I didn't want to disappoint you.
Do you know what? I didn't know we were doing like how many credits.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I need to find out now.
Again,
how much my one?
It's very iconic, and you know, I literally on my desk have a little. Well, I say little.
I know. I wish I could show you, but it is kind of
behind
our ring light.
We have a Lego version of it.
Oh. So the NTT would set you back 138,000 credits. So yours is a lot more money.
But mine obviously is a little bit more war based.
Yes.
But yeah, we have a little Lego version. Well, I say little, but we have a.
Should I try?
No, keep it there.
I don't want anything to come off it. So.
Yes, we'll take a picture of it and put it on the social. But it is very cool. It's very iconic. Like seeing them in Attack of the Clones was just so cool. And then obviously they made appearances throughout the Clone Wars, and even in the Bad Batch, which was very cool. What I will say, we also see him in Rebels as well, because Rex and Wolf and Gregor have turned one of these into a like fishing version of it. So the fact that also tells you, by the way, the like durability and how long they can last. You know, if that one is still going into the like Imperial era. So it's 22.02 meters long. It is got a width of 5.7 meters, so it's quite wide. Maximum speed. I didn't think these were very fast. How fast do you reckon? What was MMT? 35 kph.
Yeah.
This is 60 kph.
Oh wow.
So
it's double the speed of the transport.
I wouldn't have thought that. I thought this was quite slow, to be fair, because it's obviously like 1 foot at a time, basically. You know, like.
Yeah.
But no.
I feel like they seemed really slow when you're using them in Battlefront 2.
Yes.
But I remember.
Maybe they just put the speed down, so you weren't like, like just running at the enemy.
Although I do remember the bit where you had to like defend the tank, so it was there, and then all the like droids. On Felucia. Yeah. And then, you know, if the droids end up blowing out the tank, then you fail the mission.
Yeah, it's like game over.
Yeah.
It has a crew of 8. So it has one pilot, one co-pilot / spotter, so someone to point out enemy targets, one vehicle commander, so someone in charge of the whole operation, and then 5 gunners. So you'd have obviously someone on the gun up top, and then obviously gunner on the back because it has a rear mounted gun, and then obviously some here on the front.
Yep, that's cool.
It could also carry 20 passengers.
Oh wow.
So you could also use it to transport troops. Very versatile thing. We did see it get destroyed quite easily in Attack of the Clones, though. Like some of the missiles from the wheelie ones blew up just as it was deployed, but they are really cool. I do like these ones, and that is why I have one on my desk.
Yes.
And it also came with a Cody.
It did.
Can't fault. Another cool thing about these, they are also really resilient, and the strength of them is so impressive. Do you remember in the Clone Wars movie when one of them fired up the tow cables up to the top of the mountain, and it literally walked up a vertical cliff face with Ahsoka? How crazy is that?
Yep.
That is how cool these things could be. I would be very shocked to see that do that. And I'd be there guys, it's climbing a cliff face.
I feel like we're seeing a little bit of a pattern where the Republic have so much more advanced sort of technology that they used compared to the Separatists.
True, but I also think we can't just fault how the Separatist vehicles and that, because at the end of the day, you look at how long the Clone Wars went on for.
Their weaponry on the Separatists are quite a bit, but I feel like in terms of how things are made, I feel like the Republic were better at
that. Yeah. Again, these, they also, by the way, it has a cargo capacity as well, so it can carry stuff 40 tons.
Wow.
So
that's a lot.
That's so much. This thing has a lot, and after doing my research on this, it's clearly shown to me that
you like it even more.
I didn't realize it was this capable of a vehicle. It was used also by a load of legions. 501st used them. The 91st Mobile Reconnaissance Corps, 104th, 212th, Coruscant Guard used them. 41st used them. 332nd. They were one of the go-to vehicles in the Clone Wars. And even the Empire used them at the beginning of the, we see it on Ryloth.
Yeah.
So yeah, very cool. I'm a big fan of them. I think they look cool as well. So yeah, if you want to go to names, I do really like that someone done. They've made them look more like sort of human sort of tanks almost. Do you know what I mean?
The camos.
Yeah, and the painting on them. And I could imagine some clones probably did this.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool art. But they've obviously they've changed the laser mounted guns to missile launcher sort of rocket launcher things.
Yep.
But still, I love this bit, and I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
I do really like those ones.
Same.
So next one. My next one are these ones here. These are called NRN99 Persuader class droid enforcers.
And by the way, before some of you guys have a go at us, yes, this is technically classed as a droid to a degree, but like there is, as you can see there as well, there is some droids riding on it, droid. And you know, it is also technically classed as a vehicle. So like
you can see
riding. They're hanging on the side there, like.
I'm pretty sure there's a scene where there's like a Wookiee.
Yeah, because they blow up one, like, because there's like a George of the Jungle, like, he's like, ooh, and he's like, they put the grenades on it, and then they like jump off into the water, and it blows up.
Yeah, but you can see, guys, this still classes as like a transport.
Yes, it's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle. So, like I said, these are called N99 Persuader Class Droid Enforcers, but they're also known as CAD, which stands for Corporate Alliance Tank Droid, or a Snell tank, because it looks a bit like a snail with like a shell on it. I always used to,
whenever I used to come across them on like Battlefront 2 or whatever, I always used to say to my mate that, oh look, I was like, oh, we got incoming snail tanks. Like, I always used to call them that.
Really?
Yeah.
I never really thought they looked like snails until just now. But there you go.
You learned something new.
Yep. They do look quite cool though. So they deployed massive numbers in the Battle of Kashyyyk. So a lot of you may know these from Revenge and Sith with all the Wookiees.
Yeah. Shout out to our Wookiees.
Yes. They have ion cannons. Ion cannons.
Ion cannons.
And heavy.
You know what an ion cannon is?
No.
So it's basically like, do you know what an EMF is?
No.
So it basically, so you know the bit in Empire Strikes Back when the woman in the control room's like, ion cannon control, fire, and then it's like that gun is like, boom, boom,
yeah,
and it takes out the like Star Destroyer, doesn't it? Basically, it causes it, all the systems and everything to like shut off. So basically just shuts it off. Like it depowers everything.
Yeah.
So if an EMF went off in like here, like all the computers would go down, all the lights, everything.
Yeah.
So basically if it has one of these ion cannons on it and that hits like a tank or a ship or something, it'll lose all power and it would like crash or just stop, you know.
Wow.
Brutal.
That's
brutal, mate.
You learn something new every day. Lessons of Will.
Okay.
So it's got ion cannons. It's got heavy repeating blasters, which is just like pew, 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 pew. And missile launchers, which again, very brutal.
Very handy and mortal.
It reaches maximum velocity of 50 kilometers per hour.
Ooh.
So not as fast as the AT.
How is this not as fast?
I don't know.
This is crazy.
And I'm gonna check now how much it costs to build on these. 49,000. So again, not very expensive.
Cheapest chips, mate.
Yeah. Little snail. But yeah, they do look quite cool, and again, these are very well known for Battlefront 2. But yeah, obviously they are like a droid, so they are kind of, there's no one driving it as such.
Piloting it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there's clearly some droids having the time of their life surfing it there.
They are, but there's no one like controlling it inside the vehicle.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So yeah, they can ride on it, but there's no one controlling it, and they can also go on water. So that again,
that gives them an advantage.
Yeah, it's sort of like extra terrain, so extra places that it can travel to. But yeah, I did quite
Very
like
cool.
this.
Yeah, no, interesting one.
Very interesting.
Okay, so
I love these.
ATRT. What does it stand for?
All-terrain summer transport.
Really? Just missing the most important bit of it.
Republic transport. No.
Reconnaissance. All-terrain Republic transport. But yeah, we see these again in the Clone Wars. Again, this we've got keeping on Kashyyyk with this one, because we see these ones where they're like looking at the Wookiees and they're like, these Wookiees are dead. Move on next to the next search area. But we also see them in the Clone Wars and they're quite quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to have a little go on one of these in real life, to be fair. I think this is from Revenge of the Sith, this picture, I think.
Yeah.
Their helmets are quite cool there as well. So this is the 41st as well, by the way. So the manufacturer are good classic Kuat drive yards. They're the best, those guys. It's an all-terrain vehicle. Again, this is in the class as a walker. So same as, the ATT. How much for one of these?
Okay, it's not going to be as much as the ATT, but being that was 300,000 credits, I'm going to say 100,000 again.
Okay, well, this was 8 to 20.
Oh, okay. So this was a lot cheaper.
This was a lot cheaper. Again, you can see why. It's a lot smaller. It's only like one person, So speed, though, very quick.
Yeah.
Over flat terrain, it can do 75 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
That's pretty quick for one of these things.
Yeah.
So the armaments on it, there wasn't like a lot. It was a chin-mounted MAD 38 laser cannon, chin-mounted flamethrower, retrofitted, so you could, instead of the laser cannon, you could have a flamethrower on it, or you could have a chin-mounted Z6 rotary blaster cannon, so like a Gatling gun, sort of like.
Yeah.
So yeah, or you could even have. It's also got a mortar launcher on it, so very handy. It's only got the pilot of one. You can put like your buddies on the back of it.
No.
Cargo capacity. This is how different it is. It's literally 100 kilograms. Other system. So it's got sound baffling system. So basically, it can deploy like disorientating sort of sound to like affect nearby enemies. Do you know what I mean? Like troops in the vicinity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was introduced by 22 BBY for the Republic. It was mainly used for reconnaissance, so like scouting ahead for like, nearby enemies. Frontline infantry vehicle, so we see these in Umbara as well.
Yeah.
So they're sort of like they're at the front line with the troops, because they have a little bit more firepower than the normal regular soldier, so very handy. Police support, so if there's like riots and disorder between the like locals and stuff, you could use this as a deterrent almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a post-battle cleanup effort it was also used for as well. So
that's cool.
Used by a lot. Again, used by a lot of people. 212, 91st Mobile Recon, 501st, 41st. The Empire used them again at the start again, you're going to find that a lot of these Republic vehicles were integrated into the Empire at the start because this was the leftover from the Clone Wars. You know, like they already had stuff that they could use until they built like AT-STs, AT-ATs, and you know, TIE fighters and stuff like that. It was also, according to my research, used by some First Order as well. So cool. Again, they've kept well, like got good use, good life out of them.
Yeah, that's true, because that's like a long way past the Clone Wars.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Again, very cool. I did think they looked quite funny when I first saw them, especially when you see them like running.
Yeah.
It looks a bit weird, but also looks probably quite fun to drive and ride. But knowing me, I'd probably like hit a rock or something and then go flying out of it. So yeah, there we go.
I do quite like the legs on them. I can see why they can be quite fast, because it's almost like
like
a running animal, like sort of thing, like a horse kind of leg. But yeah, I do really like these, and they
again, like you mentioned, they were in Battlefront 2.
They do remind me of Battlefront 2 on like Magito, where you get in one and then you can shoot like the tanks and things that you got to like blow up and stuff that that don't really work with like your normal blaster. So you got to get in one of these, and then
you can get a really good like long kill streak with these.
And then sometimes if you just like leave them somewhere, then some other guy will like get in there and like take your AT-RT, and you're like, great. But yeah, I do really like these. They do kind of look like an Ed 209 though, that you can ride.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I can describe.
But it also looks as well like from there, like a mini AT-ST.
Yeah.
Like
they're very similar.
Like the body, and then you know just like a bigger head on it, and obviously a bigger in terms of size as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think they're very similar to the AT-ST, but they're like not as shielded.
Well, no, they're literally like a one. Like you could get sniped from it. You
know? Yeah.
The wheelies.
So my last one is the wheelies. No, it's called the IG-227 Hellfire class droid tank, but it's also known as the wheel droid. Tank. It's also known as the wheel droid.
What?
So here you go, wheelie tank. Again, very famous from Battlefront 2. It makes me want to go play that game again.
And Attack of the Clones.
Yes, Attack of the Clones.
Start of Attack of the Clones. These boys roll up. Literally.
As you can tell, these ones have like a lot of weaponry. So they are effective against the Republic's heaviest walkers and even their LAAT gunships. And they could wipe out platoons of troopers because they have a retractable laser cannon as well. But also they have a lot more weaponry here. So they are equipped with Hellfire missiles, which are packed with concentrated thermal detonator warheads, which I'm guessing is what is in these things. But yeah, they also have the laser cannon, which is basically very hard to beat by the clone troopers.
But I will say as well, I do remember using these on Battlefront, and I found that they were quite easy to be destroyed. And if you ran out of missiles, then it was like, why are you in this thing? Like, it's useless. You're just like driving around for the sake of it then, because once you're out of rockets, like there's nothing you can do there.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're good for a little amount of time, I reckon, these ones.
They get the job done.
They were designed as an all-terrain tank, so they operate on two massive, independently turning wheels, So that's these two massive wheels on them. They give the tank a tight turning radius as well. So it lets it reach a high land speed, but also basically you can just like turn it to wherever you want to go, pretty much. But yeah, I think these are quite iconic to Star Wars. They're quite recognizable, just because they have like these massive wheels on them. Like, you'd recognize them in any game or any of the prequels. But yeah, again, they're not as pretty as like the Republic tanks and stuff. So I know what I would prefer to be in, but also, you know, they're still pretty cool. And yeah, I thought I'd add them to the list just because, again, they're really recognizable. And yeah, I wanted to pick ones that you guys would know from like films and games and stuff.
Good ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come across one of these if I was in Star Wars personally, because it sounds like they have very dangerous weapons on them, but also they can go really fast. Did I find out how fast they traveled? Yes, they have maximum velocity of 45 kilometers per hour. So they're not as fast as the tanks then, which is interesting.
Very.
But yeah, it's the weaponry on them. I am going to look up how much they cost, because
it's all about the cost.
You know, you've started something now, and now I want to know.
It's the cost of living.
I want to know how much the cost of them would be in credits.
Republic credits.
Yes.
Republic credits don't work here.
This is the thing. I don't know what credits, but yeah. So the cost of these was 60,000. So again, really cheap compared to the
ATT. At the minute, the ATT is like the king at the minute in terms of like, obviously it costs the most, but like, you know, speed, weapons, like everything like that, like it's the one to beat.
Yeah.
Now, the last one I'm going to be doing
for the Republic
is this one. Do you guys?
I think we have a Lego set.
We do, because this is the Lego set for the 187th with Mace Windu and the purple clone troopers.
Do you know what? I'm gonna do a Instagram post maybe tomorrow of this Lego set, the AT-AT. I'm pretty sure we got one. And
we do, because we have a 501st one. I'm looking at one right now.
Yes.
It's got a 501st little trooper on him as well.
And we'll do the ATT tank as well.
So this is it isn't one of those AT whatever. Yeah. This is a TX-130 Sabre class fighter tank. This is again one of the Rafana heavy engineering manufactured. It's classed as a repulsor tank. So this is like one that you take in the battle, do the damage. Like, it's not, doesn't carry transport, you know, it's not like a troop transport. You send this thing in, let it do its work thing.
Wow.
How much? Remember, Republic.
Yeah. I'm going to say 200,000 for this one.
85.
Oh, wow. That's a lot cheaper than I thought.
It's just a little bit more money than the wheelie.
Yeah.
So it's armament. Well, it has shielding equipped to it. Light, ablative armor plating. So it didn't have like the heaviest armor, but that is what made it also quick. You know, it was quite speedy. And that is proven with its. Where's the sort of speed here? Just a second ago. My notes. Where's the speed gone? Okay, I can't find the speed. But I did see it here a minute. but I think it is quite quick.
Yeah.
So
I imagine this one to be.
Yeah. So its armament, it has heavy laser cannons, which you can see here on the sort of sides. It has medium twin laser cannon turret. So that's what the guy is using on top. Or a this is what he's using in this one, a KB-50A beam cannon. So it's like a laser beam sort of one.
That actually looks really cool though.
Yeah. Ordnance launcher, armor-piercing shells, bunker buster shells, and high energy shells were all like available for these launchers. So you could have like, different versions of it. It had a crew of 4, 2 pilots, 1 gunner, and 1 vehicle commander, and 1 optional astromech. So have a little droid in it. Could have 2 passengers. So if you needed to sort of get out of somewhere or take more people to the area. So as you can see here in this sort of artist depiction, they're using it to like, they've got clones around it, and could have 20 tons cargo capacity. So its uses was anti-armor. So they would bring this in to destroy sort of separatist tanks. Anti-fortification, destroy like barracks and defenses of bases, like breach walls and that. Anti-infantry, so again, because of its power, if you've got like a load of droids coming at you, you could wipe them out pretty easily. And it's also used as escort, so if you were doing taking high valuable stuff or like troop transporters, you'd probably have these guys in and around you to back you up. It was light, so like I said, it was light. It was a quick strike repulsor tank, so it's like quick. It's not like, it doesn't do as much damage as like the ATTE, but it's like a weapon and a vehicle that you use very quick, and like get in, get out sort of thing, and cause devastation. It was it was also later used by the Empire. I know I've said this many times today, but again, it's because it proved its worth and value in the Clone Wars, that when the Empire when the Republic became the Empire, these were being used, so very cool. And the Republic Alliance also got their hands on a couple of these as well. Now, this is quite cool. So we have a picture here of a pilot in it.
Oh, okay.
Again, this is, this isn't from like the Clone Wars or like a film or something, but this is what it would have looked like. So you can see him strapped in. He looks like he's either like the 13th or the like 337th like Star Corps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sort of yellow armor. Does look quite cool. Looks quite fun to drive as well.
Yep.
Now this is going to be the fun bit, right? Apart from the Lego set that we have of it, do you recognise it?
No.
No? Okay. Don't say anything just yet, but I'm going to see, does this jog your memory?
Yes.
You guys will probably remember these tanks very well in Battlefront games.
Yeah.
I believe they were in Battlefront 1 as well, but this is on my Gito in Battlefront 2. I believe this is the like original, and then here we have them in the like remastered one. So here you can see like it going up against.
I feel like I remember this actually, because can't you have like one person inside and then your buddy on top?
Yeah.
That's like shooting.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember now.
And they were really, really good fun as well.
Yeah.
But they weren't as heavy. but they would be able to, you know, at least be effective against, you know, these like separatist tanks and that. So, but yeah, Battlefront 2. And there's even a 501st guy's doing it, which I think even looks even better because it's so cool.
Yeah.
So
we love the 501st.
Yeah. You have our trooper, I believe.
We do. We do have a couple.
Well, you found these ones, so.
No, you found one because you sent it.
Oh, the Vader.
So.
That's true. This is very cool.
There's this guy. He unboxes a lot of stuff on TikTok actually, but we didn't know about this. It's basically like a Darth Vader costume. That you can buy, and it comes in this really cool box as well. I imagine it to be very expensive.
Yeah.
I think by the comments it's like $1,300 or something.
Ooh.
But it even comes with like the breathing and the little chest box and the boots and everything.
So yeah, in this video that you're seeing here, he is unboxing it from this like massive suitcase that it comes in.
Yeah.
But in like the next video that he does like put it together and puts it on.
Yeah.
So it is very cool. It does look quite good. He is very like objective about it as well.
Yeah.
And he says about like the helmet's a little larger and there is room for like modifications in it.
Yeah.
But
so this is the guy.
Yes.
He's called Polsky Hussar on TikTok, and
very cool. He has like a lot of them.
so many cool things.
So yeah, there is.
But he'll even he'll try stuff on, and also he'll unbox things with like a lightsaber as well, like pretend to cut it.
It's very
I just think he's really cool. He's got a massive collection, and you know.
Yeah,
I thought it.
But that was very cool itself. The whole like.
I just love seeing like all the new stuff that he buys, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was his name. You know.
It's so much money.
So.
Yeah. So that is.
We give him a shout out because we find his content really cool. I also found this one. It's by someone called. Hold on. Ellie Art on TikTok. He's an artist. So he's done this video where it's like Captain Rex plus a pencil equals this.
Very cool.
And look at this Rex art. It's so cool and so like detailed.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
I just loved it. And like pencil was really hard to do and really hard to get right. So yeah, I thought he was a good shout out. He's not only done Captain Rex, he's done some other Star Wars ones. So there's this like sort of rough sketch of Vader, and then he sort of ripped to the paper, and then it's got like his actual Vader drawing underneath. And I thought that was just a really cool idea, like ripping the paper to reveal his art. I thought it was very creative.
Very cool.
But yeah, he's done a bunch of like horror ones as well. This is the same piece of artwork actually, the Captain Rex one. So he drops a Lego figure and then reveals his artwork.
It's so cool.
But I just thought it was really, really talented sort of drawing there. So that's Elliot or Ellie Art on Instagram.
Shout out.
Not Instagram, TikTok.
Well, shout out to
that guy because
they're both of them very good.
Yes, so very cool content that we've been seeing on TikTok recently.
Yeah.
We also have Meme of the Week.
You're very happy about this one.
Yes, this is one that I sent Will because I just thought it was so funny. In honor of Wicked coming out tomorrow, I know it's not a Star Wars film, but we are watching it because we're very excited. But I found this, and it's Wicket So the Ewok from Return of the Jedi,
It's Elphaba.
Someone's like photoshopped him green and photoshopped him on like the poster. So Glinda's whispering to Wicket, and then they've changed like the D on the Wicked title to T, so it's literally called Wicket.
I think I would watch that film.
Yes. I wonder how Wicket would do as a witch.
Probably quite good.
But I thought, to celebrate Wicked coming out tomorrow, obviously, some of you guys might be watching it. Some of you might not be interested at all.
But it's very relevant, I think. And then the fact that it's like Wicket instead of Wicked, I think is
Which
still
is
quite
what
funny.
was funny, and it was definitely worth meme of the week.
Definitely.
So shout out to whoever made that, because it did make me laugh.
And shout out to Wicket.
Yeah, we love Wicket. So that's basically it for today.
Yeah. We hope
you
you
enjoyed the episode. It was something a little bit different, and I had fun.
Yeah, I think this is a series that we can do more of, because, again, we've spoken about ships a lot in Star Wars. Again, Venator, Acclimators, Jedi Interceptors, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's nice to talk about these vehicles, and again, because there's so many, we can do a Clone Wars Ground Vehicles Part 2. We can do a Empire Rebels, So there is plenty to do. So, yeah. We will
check
be
out for more of these in the future.
Yes. Also, check out as well. Coming soon on our Instagram, you're going to be doing
some pictures
of the Lego set. So we've of some of the vehicles we spoke about today, and also next week we will be doing another Mount Rushmore. So again,
check out our TikToks.
Yes. We don't know which one we're going to do, but we've got like so many choices.
Sith, Jedi, or bounty hunters, or
legions, or stuff like that. But again, if you don't like the list, that is absolutely fine. Let us know your list, because then we can use that and talk about it next week. We can say that, like, Casey or whatever says this is their Mount Rushmore, and it's like, okay, let's see why they've gone that way. Yeah. So
get you guys involved.
So keep an eye on that. We will be back next week for another good episode. Yeah.